I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Tricknick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Tricknick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manningsman. How are you doing today? Is all well? Hope you're having a wonderful day and hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is the beginning of a new week. And as we begin this new week, we find new hope, new opportunities to live our lives to the fullest and to maximize our potential. We maximize the moment. For there's a time for everything. A time for life. There's a time for death. Time for laughter. There's a time to cry. There's a time for everything. So the time that we have, we need to make the most of it. Because tomorrow is not guaranteed to any man. So what are you going to do today to make humanity a better place? What are you doing today to create the kind of legacy in your life that 20, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, your legacy is still making lasting impact? What are you creating mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, socially, relationally, that is such great, tied up with such greatness, that the legacy of it will touch 10 and 5 generations? Don't live your life in a vacuum. Don't pigeonhole yourself to the ideas of men. Expand your horizon and your thinking. Begin to move your life by moving the way you think. Think big. Believe great. Work hard with absolute dedication. I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about your life work. Don't enslave yourself to enrich others while you live in poverty. I'll say it again. Don't enslave yourself in enriching others while you live in poverty. Every great businessman moved his idea from his head to his hand, and he asked you to help him to do it. So you too can take that which is in your head, put it in your hand, and work hard at it. Take the idea, make a plan, create a budget, dedicate your life to it. If you're going to fail at being the best version of you. Don't be a failure because you made others better at the expense of your untapped potential. Want you to remember that. All right? Hey, my name is man. This is I Am Sure Sports. Again, good morning to all our viewers and subscribers. We always say, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. He founded it and he established it. And so we look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord. He is our shepherd, and we shall not want. And yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil, for the Almighty is with us. His rod and his staff, they comfort us. Surely his goodness and mercy follows us all the days of our lives as we dwell and tabernacle with the Lord Most High. His mercies are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. Like Job said, naked I came, naked I will return. The Lord gives, and the Lord takes away. But forever my heart will say, blessed be the Most High God, creator of heaven and of earth. No one can fathom his majesty, his kingship, his lordship, and his rulership. He's sovereign. He's above all. And he is before all. So we say thank you, Lord, for life. All right. Big up to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand. When you need it the most, you can call them at 876-884-7390. Prestige Finance. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they are offering you loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. There is no processing fee, same day processing, and only 0 to 4% interest rate. So give them a call at 876-884-7390. Also, a big thank you to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy. For all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA, visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. All right? Blessed love to all of you. Big up Fresh God, Issa, you don't know, Kevin, and all the other persons who are on at this time. We're going to have yeah. So after a weekend packed with a lot of activities, we're going to talk about some JPL football, schoolboy football, World Cup football, women's football, and some administrative stuff concerning the Jamaica Football Federation, just based on some statements that were cited in the one of our newspaper, right? Yeah. So we are going to, yeah, we're going to do that. All right. So so answer your question. So answer your question, Fresh God. I see that question. So just give me a second. Yeah. Brian, big up yourself, Andre Nicholson. The Billy Sheep. Man, them at this Ronaldo now, yeah, man. All right. Best up, man, is love the way you start your program. Give thanks, my brother. Never, ever should the living be ashamed to recognize the Almighty Creator. Yeah, man. Bless up, Tuffy Rudy. All right. So, yeah, so we're going to cover those issues, right? The first one is that the Reggae Girlz, the series with Paraguay really ended 2-2 because we won the first game by a 1-0. And then the second game ended 2-1 in favor of Paraguay. The team played, I think, in the first game, they looked way better. I saw bits and pieces of the second game, but the first game I was able to watch. So they played better. But, you know, I think heading into the World Cup, it is a practice game. I think we need a camp. I think we're going to need a camp if we're going to get anything. We are already in a tough zone. And if we're going to get anything out of this World Cup, I think more so than the other teams, we need a proper, no, I'm talking 2-2 in terms of scoreline, not 1-1 in terms, you're talking 1-1 in terms of each team won a game. But in terms of scoreline, it ended 2-2. We won one game, 1-0, and they won 1-2. That's what I mean, sir. So the overall scoreline is 2-2. The series ended 1-1. So the scoreline is 2-2. Also want to, as I see Brian, the cricket show person who says, man, you need to do a cricket show. I said, Brian, he said, yeah, man, I will be there, don't fear. All right. Anyways, the man is inconsistent with the show, like how West Indies is inconsistent. But we're not going to beat him today. We are going to show mercy on him, you know. You understand me? But I think the team is going to need a camp. And I think for the Jamaica team in particular, we will need a longer camp than some of the other nations because there's a lack of cohesion. There's a lack of cohesion, I believe, with the team. I know Jody Brown was not there. I know they were also looking at players to include in the team. And that is why I think we need a camp. Nothing that I am saying. So all these things are true. The coach was looking at players. Jody Brown was not there. All of those things are true. But it is also true that you need a camp, because most of the other squads that have qualified, like the English team and the America team, and most of those teams are more cohesive, and they have been together for quite a while. And if we're seeking to bring in new players, a lot of these players in the Jamaica team, they have not played like 10 games together, 15 games. Some of them came on at the back end of the qualifying campaign, and know the competition is in 2023, which is really giving us the summer. So we have like 7 to 8 months. So we need to find space within that. And we also have a game against Canada coming up that will be probably a very good test. But outside of those things, given the zone that we are drawn in for this World Cup with Brazil and France, teams that are expected to be semi-finalists and possibly finalists in the World Cup, to get anything out of that group, we will have to do right? We have to do a little bit more, I believe. I believe that we're going to have to, like I said, have a camp or have a regular coming together of the players. I don't know. I also feel like, I know that the stadium surface is not the best. So I'm wondering if both surfaces are not the best quality. I don't know if that played a part in the performance of the team, but I think I just don't like how though you're looking at players, we should by now have a established system kind of style of play. I would suggest that they make some changes at the coaching level as well. I don't want to call out anyone, but I think because maybe a Busby could come in and replace somebody on the coaching staff, because I think he will help Lauren Donaldson more. That's just my thought. No, Jason is asking if there's enough money. I don't, for some reason, I think like with what is going to happen in terms of the JFF, I kind of get the feeling like the federation itself is at a better place and may be able to better finance a camp. Yeah. So I think there should be funds made available to finance a camp. Now, that camp is probably best held outside of Jamaica. And that's the next thing. I think maybe a camp somewhere in Europe or in America. Maybe they need to go back down to Colorado, down where Busby, not Busby, but Lauren Donaldson has his base, and put them together there. But like I said, there are positives to take away from the game. He got to see new players. He I think Kanaya Plummer, she didn't play a figure if, just having a kid, maybe she's not up to the fitness level yet. So maybe over time, like for her, it would be good for her to begin to play some club football, get back active, because training alone doesn't get you much fit or much sharp. Right? I also think like there was at least one younger player. I understand for example, Buckley, who they called as a young player. But I think for me personally, there are other players in the under 20 team that to me gave a better account of themselves, like Cameron Simmons, I think her name is, I think she would be, and I don't want, please, I'm not trying to be hard on Buckley, local player, but I think Cameron Simmons could offer more in an attacking sense to this Jamaica team than Buckley, because the position that Buckley plays in, I just find it very difficult to see how she's going to fit in, or how she would fit in, even if the coach is looking at her. I say that because, seriously, and this is part of the problem that we have had, if God forbid something happens to Bonishaw, if something happens to Bonishaw, we don't have like a like replacement in that position. We don't have that like replacement. We don't have that like replacement for her. And that is the challenge I'm having. We don't have a like replacement for her. The back line is still very shaky, right? All right. So people, I want you to listen to what I'm saying before you respond. All right? Just listen before you respond. Let me say it again. I believe that Cameron Simmons is her name. I believe that coming out of the U20, she is a better option than Buckley, the youngster, because the position that Buckley is fine to play in, it's way more competitive. Therefore, I don't think she's going to get in. Cameron Simmons, to me, would offer more. I'm not saying that she was available. I'm not saying that she was not called. So I just want you to hear that part, all right? So that's what I think. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done, especially at, I think, wing back. I still think that we need to sort out what we're going to do with Blackwood. Are we going to play her in that defensive position, push her higher up the field? That's one situation. If Kania Plummer is not there at centre back, who comes in? I think those are the things we need to figure out, like what we are going to do. I think in midfield we are okay, and on the wings and with Bonishaw, we should be okay there. But in defense, I think we need we need to check on. I don't know. I just feel like we have all I'm saying is that bottom line is we have a lot of work to do, because we are in a very, 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 very tough group. And because we're in a tough group, we have to sort ourselves out very early. And that's just my opinion. I think we need a lot more preparation games and camps heading into this more than any other team. Yeah, all right. So let me just say this. Let me take Fresh God. Fresh God say, I have one big question for Dana. So why didn't he play Sibion Wilson out of position? She is a left back. Why play her at left wing when Blackwood isn't doing that? That is what I'm saying. I think like the coach has already set his mind to play certain players in certain positions. And so like that's one of the things, Fresh God, that he will have to work at going ahead. Right? Big up Mr. Dre and big up Danica Knight. Bless up yourself. Andrew, 55 bless up of well, needs to be more alert, sharper. We have Unseen joining us right now. Unseen, what say you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was stressing the internet.
Seem like Unseen having some internet
You hearing me?
challenges. Yeah, we're hearing you, but you're coming in and out. Go ahead.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the topic, girls lost to Paraguay JFF threatened lawsuit. So what's the first one you're talking about, man?
Talking about the Reggae Girlz. The game.
Oh,
Yeah.
the game. You know, getting a glimpse. We never get to watch the game fully, like, and see, everything. But in the first half, Paraguayan team really outplaying us. You understand me? I think based on all in the post-match analysis from coaches, the girls did not put in enough work, and the chopping and Bonisha was talking about new players coming in trying to make the team. It kind of affect how the team plays, and the preparation period for the game is not enough. So basically, those things really hampering the girls at the moment.
Yeah. But I mean, is it chopping and changing, or is it looking at players, or are they one and the same? Because at the end of the day, the team does have some challenges, and we saw that in the campaign that there are some areas of weakness. So you will have to bring in players to basically, and it's part of professional football, I mean, especially national team football. You'll always have players coming up, and they will have to, they're playing well. They must be given an opportunity. You can't have high quality players and say, well, we have a set team already. We're not going to look at them.
True management. True management. But
because if you say to the 20 players, you are the team and we're not bringing in anybody, it also creates complacency. They believe that they can play anyhow and do anything and basically get away with that. So there's this two-sidedness to the argument that we must have. Meaning, yes, we don't want to keep on making changes, but also we have to make changes when the quality of the players that are coming in they're high quality players. They must be given that chance to come and see if they can fit into the team. And I think Rachel Jones did well. Wilson who came in. So there are players who are coming into the side who are, I think, if the coach don't go the road of loyalty, some of these players will eventually make the squad because I think they are good quality. And I think once he has settled with his team, so I'd love by January that we have a settled squad of, say, 26 players, and that is the group of players that he begins to work with going ahead. And like up until January, we can change and all of that. But after January, leading up to the World Cup, the group that he has must be the group that goes into the World Cup. That's my thought. What do you think?
Yeah, man. But as a coach, you have to really not afraid of losing, because at this time it's possible for you to lose a lot of games based on chopping and changing and putting in players, giving them time to play so you can see them, to put them in the team or make the competition more stiffer, man. Because the fans, if we continue to lose games, the fans are going to say, hey, he's not a good coach and we're losing too many games before the World Cup and stuff. But they're not looking at the fact that he's trying to see players. That's another thing that the coach have to really understand, that fans are going to pressure him when you lose. But I think it's a big problem in Jamaica because Paul was graded based on the game that he played, and the game that Paul played, I think, trying to get in the team, trying to teach them the philosophy, trying to do a lot of stuff to get the team to play better and more attractive football. And I think the fans gave too many pressure and trying to do that. I think the same thing may apply to the Londoners if he doesn't, mind what he's doing.
All right. What are your thoughts on this? So I think there needs to be based on the persons in the squad. No, I I don't like I don't know if I just don't believe like Xavier Gilbert adds a lot to the coaching staff in my opinion. Like I'm thinking like at the international level, what can he add to what Lauren Donaldson is doing to help Lauren Donaldson to be better? All right, so that's one of my thoughts. So would you seeing that the whole Q Busby situation, it really has died out. So the whatever investigation is there is no charge. I don't know if I don't know how it was settled, but unless somebody comes up with evidence of something, there's nothing. So he's not on any FIFA ban or suspension or anything like that. Could he be somebody who comes alongside Lauren Donaldson? Because when he had the team, this is you, Busby, the team was playing better, though some of the players have changed. What do you think about that, Arias? Given the allegations against him, rightly or wrongly so, they should just not have him as part of the setup.
Management, if Busby is not charged or he's not found guilty, I think he should be a part of the coaching staff, because it was out of his I would say out of his control that he was put aside, and rightfully so because of the allegation. But I think the team was playing well with the coach, the previous coach, and I think adding him to the coaching staff will give it a boost. Will give it a boost. And as I said before, I share the same sentiment.
Go ahead, man.
With Xavier, I share the same sentiment with Xavier Gilbert. I don't see, what he has to it, but everybody deserves a chance. Maybe he's learned instead of ironing from the other coaches and trying to implement it in Jamaica, so Jamaican football can be better. You understand, man? So it's two way about it.
Yeah, I see. Let me just take these two comments because they are connected to that. One comment is that Dwight is saying from a sponsorship standpoint, it makes no sense bringing Busby because there's more to lose, because sponsor will probably not come on and support the team. And then big up Ryan, Ryan Sports Classic. Hey Ryan, you need to come and tell me one day, oh Ryan LFC, support Liverpool again. You move from Ryan LFC to Ryan Sports Classic. You need to tell me about that. But he says no way that coach come back. Coach Reggae Girlz management. So he's saying that no way, given what was said about him, he should not be brought back to coach the team. I also see Coach Boris Johnson. You can call in, you still have the number, and tell us a little bit about this baller. Maybe if you can, you can use a show to give a shout out. Maybe the coaching staff will hear and they'll go and listen. So call in, man, and tell us a little bit about this Walker, Rickshire Walker, who she is, where she plays, and what position she plays in. All right. So he's saying that the optics behind it is not good, but I understand that distraction. All right, but I just, anyways. But let's not go there. I think we could. Yeah, I think we need to find then. We need to find and see somebody who can like. You remember there was this female coach from out of England. I don't know, but I think we need to find somebody. We need to find somebody up at that level who can, you understand me? Who can come alongside Busby. I think he needs, not Busby, London. I think he needs the help up there. And people, let me tell you this: at the international level, you need a good coaching staff. So if you get the right players, because for the people who are coaches, you know that at the highest level of coaching, it is not about the players. It's about coaching to win. That's the highest level of coaching. At that level, you need other great minds beside you. So don't tell me that we need to focus on players. I agree with a lot of things, but even if you have the best players and the coaching is inadequate, you're not going to excel. In a group with France and Brazil, we need a healthy experienced, qualified group of coaches, not just the head coach. And all I am saying that a next mind beside Lauren Donaldson at that level, maybe it's not possible, but we need to find somebody else. It will make a huge, huge difference, right? Huge difference. There is Cohen. I don't know if she would work with them, but there's also you remember there was a time when there was the guy who started Leicester City women's team, when he wanted the job to coach Jamaica, but his sister coaches in England and she's at one of those elite levels. She's someone that could also come on and be an assistant coach, and maybe they give her the under 20 team. You understand me? You understand me, Minzy? You understand me, Unseen? So you bring on somebody like that. Yeah, but I think, listen, people, Lord have mercy. All right, so not Busby. The team needs somebody else beside Lauren Donaldson. So forget about the Busby. All right, I agree with you that if he comes on, it will be a distraction. Totally agree. We need somebody at that level. So let's move the discussion on now. I agree with you all that it will be a distraction and it is not the best thing. So let's leave that. Let's get to this. We need somebody else alongside this coach, because we are going up against Brazil. We are going up against France. Go ahead, Ansi. Go ahead, Ansi.
So, Manisma, what about the guy that? What about the guy that you interviewed on the show? I think he's from USA, and he coached a lot of these young girls that.
No, I don't think Jamaica can afford them on there. Pensy. If Lauren can call him and say, listen, I need some help going into the World Cup, Brian Pensky. If Lauren can call him and say, Brian, could you come and work with me? Because Jody Brown now plays for him.
Right. Jody Brown won the NCAA.
Yeah. All right. And Khadijah Shaw played for him.
Right.
Like he would be a good option. I'm wondering if maybe a London also could say, listen, I need somebody to come and be alongside me for the World Cup preparation for Jamaica. Would you be? Listen, like that, I think could be a big move. Because I think that's
a good choice. Good one,
I like that. You have some sense on scene. I don't say you know.
Say sense when them time matter, you know.
And here's the other lady that the Megans are at Burnley FC women's team. This is the lady that I'm talking about. She also wants to coach in Jamaica. So I would also make her an assistant and make her the under 20 coach. It's like how they do with the senior coach for the Reggae Boys, and the assistant coach, John Wall, is going to be the under 20 coach. I would do the same thing. Ryan, right? You can't call him on Ryan LFC again. He stopped support Liverpool. Ryan!
No, man. I'm still Ryan LFC, brother. You know, I'm still a Ryan LFC channel. It's just a little bit of tweak and thing going forward. All right. Good morning, good afternoon to the viewers and thing. Man, bless up yourself, brother. I'm going to give you my thought on the game, but let's get to this Busby thing. I'm glad the way how you clear it up and stuff. I think going forward, I think he should never then nowhere near a Jamaican team going forward in the future. You know what I mean? I think no. Why take out one and bring in one? It's ridiculous. But anyway, I agree. We need to have better coaching staff around the head coach. Once for me, I think a certain loyalty with players and the coaching staff. If you realize that the coach is playing a lot of player out of position, why Tiffany Cameron playing right back last night? She came on and played right back. I said, wow, we want a goal and we bring in one of our most informed Reggae Girlz play across Europe, and you bring her on and make sure play right back. Stroke. You understand? Second thing, I realize that every single team attack down on our left hand side, where my schoolmate, my classmate, me and I went to school together. That's Blackwood. I think that's the weak side on the Jamaica national team. Not a bad player, but whenever she go forward, she don't come back in time, right, to help the defense. And that's where most team attack us and they score. I realize that the game that we play against United States, Canada, and Haiti, that's most of the attack when they attack the Reggae Girlz is down on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
I think we need to get a better upgrade. And Blackwood, I think she's a good player, but not to start in the team going forward. And when you recruiting, right, in certain area, because the team have certain area we need to fix, we need to adjust going into the World Cup. The left back, in my opinion, the right back, in my opinion, I think we need a good number 9. Bonisha cannot do it by herself.
Yeah.
And I think we lack goals whenever Bonisha don't score. Jody Brown don't score a lot. We know that we're missing Shuli Carter.
Yeah, she was in
Carter. So that them two players were a very, very a big miss for the team going forward. But whenever we play man, we don't play with a lot of wit. You understand? So if we don't play with a lot of wit, what can happen? Team just put 11 person behind the ball, and we find it really difficult to break them down. We don't use wit. Like last night we were playing, I'm saying, where is all the wit? Once upon a time, you see Bonisha coming from striker and to play drop off in the midfield to link up. I think with midfield, the service where Bonisha need to get, I don't think we have that. We need to add more in our midfield. And I think moving the ball, Virgin will move the ball very, very slow. And man, it's not about the stadium pitch, because I see this team play against United States. I see them play against Haiti. All of these teams. We move the ball too slow.
You know what is funny, Ryan? Let me just say that. You make some very good point. So at the under 20 level where we beat Canada, the team had Jody Brown and Lacey and Murray. All right. Now Lacey and Murray, I think Lacey and Murray should be in this team because she can play on the other side. She can play in the middle. She can play on the side that Jody Brown plays. Because when Jody Brown plays, it gives Jamaica an outlet for counter-attack because she's so speedy. Even if we're playing low block, we can always kick the ball to her, and she's so fast and she's so skilled that it gives us time to come forward and score some goals. And Trudy Carter can do that as well when she's at the top of her game. I think if we had because Lacey and Murray, Navarro College is just like Jody Brown. Both of them grew up together in the ranks. And so she was the one who was setting up a lot of Jody Brown. But I don't know why she has not been given a look in so far. But I agree with you that if we get a speedy player like Jody Brown on the other side, as skilled as her, it gives that extra dimension.
Yeah. It give us a lot of ammunition to attack attacking team. Because most time people move pay Jody Brown and Bonisha
a lot of attention.
So if you can get another player where they don't really know much about her and she just go in a team, I think that's where we lack. Right? I think going forward, man, yes, it's right for look for player. But I think it's too much. When you're looking for a team that qualifies, remember the rest of the nation, them already secret and them squad, they probably make 1 or 2 or 4 or 3 change. But to call up a squad and have so many new players, I think that can be a really, really bad thing for us. You understand? We really need the players now, but we don't need too much. We need to just identify a position where, okay, we're looking for a midfielder, we're looking for a left back, we're looking for a striker. We need a striker. We need to score more goals. We cannot depend on Bonisha. I hear you speaking about Bonisha. What if she get injured?
Yeah.
Our team depend on Bonisha and Jody Brown. We have to try to find that creative. We must can find another a Spencer.
Yeah.
A Spencer. We must can find an next midfielder in England where going to have that dominance whenever you have a dominator and you have a player that's going to possess the ball and create opportunity. We need more. Yeah, go ahead.
So let me just take the caller. Caller, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Good morning.
Morning, caller.
Morning.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Go ahead and make
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I have a little quick question. So now listen to the comments and thing. I have a quick question. Is it a regular practice match or is it a dress rehearsal for the World Cup?
No,
Because
not for the World
my
Cup.
my
It's not for the World
what
Cup.
is huh?
Not for the World Cup. But remember, so we have a game against Canada, to qualify for the Olympics.
Uh-huh.
So because the World
Yeah,
Cup,
even for the Olympics, fine.
yeah.
My question is, if it is another practice match, right? What is the aim of a practice match? Basically to see where your shortfalls are, or maybe try something to see um, if this person can suit a certain condition. I mean, to fix what is broken. And in my estimation of that, is like when you're doing that, you run the risk of losing the match, which is okay because then you can arrive at certain conclusion based on what you had in your mind before. You understand me?
Yeah, but
Because
aren't we saying the same thing? No, because nobody is lamenting the loss of the game. We're just looking at some of the things that needs to be fixed. Exactly what you're saying is what we are doing.
mhm. No,
But
because I was looking for the perspective where I'm hearing that like you need additional coaching staff and all of that.
yeah, we need,
So
but that is fixing the problem because one of the things we identify, let me say, you said it right. None of us are fixated on the result. You see how fast we get past that because this is not about result. We spoke about that. Here are some of the things that needs to be fixed. Ryan spoke about the ongoing issue we have at left back and at right back, settling there. The fact that at centre back we have had some issues. We have depended too much on Bonnie Shaw. Jody Brown was absent. Trudy Carter was absent. Those things can happen in a game. What are our options when those things happen? All right, who is on the coaching staff that can help Lauren Donaldson at this elite level when you're going to be in a group with France and in a group with Brazil who are expected to be in the semifinals? So I think that's what we are saying. Because nobody's tearing down the team or cussing anybody. No, we are saying that here are some of the things we need to solve. So I don't think what you are saying, maybe your expression of it is more eloquent or you're more soft-spoken, but we're all saying the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with your man's one. Well said.
But go ahead, Carla. So let me hear the conclusion of you. Yeah.
well, sorry for the misunderstanding, but you see, I would have been led to that conclusion if I had heard such comments from the game that we won and not the one that we lost, because winning a game doesn't necessarily mean that those problems exist. Maybe it could have meant that the opposing team wasn't up to the challenge. You understand me? It didn't necessarily mean that they played well. You understand me? So upon hearing it when we lost, it's easy to have it missed.
No, man. But I did say I did listen. One of the things I said is that listen, I think we played. I did say that in the first game. I think.
That it is,
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Carla.
no, I'm listening to you, sir.
All right. So we did say. Remember, I even said, could it be the surface? Ryan said, no, it wasn't the surface. We did speak about the performance because the team scored. This team scored almost at the end of the game in the first game, and it was a defender who scored. So we spoke about that. We spoke about the first game on the other stream. That is why for us, we are not fixated on the result. We know that the purpose of this game was to look at new players. Ryan said that. Ryan said, though it's a friendly game, he did not subscribe to so many new players coming in and players playing out of position. That is it. So here, what are the fixes going forward? How are we going to fix things? And that's what we are discussing. So this is not, I am not, and that is why I said, remember I also said this, that unlike the other teams, like the USA, the France, the Brazil, the England, those teams already have set squads that they have been working with. We keep adding players. Remember in the campaign, we added some players at the back end. I also said that most of these players have not played 10 games together. So we need a longer camp. So I don't know what you heard to make you believe like it is because we lost what we are saying. I don't know where that came from. You'd have to kind of tell me what part of the conversation.
No man. As you know, it's a live stream and I don't necessarily catch it from the beginning.
Okay.
So people coming with some pieces in the stream. So my bad on that one. But it's just that I don't want us to run the risk that we ran with the male team. As soon as we lose again, then we start changes in there, which end up in a confusing tournament. You understand me? As for the outer position, first can't go in the future's head, but let us just assume that maybe that was a test also to see if push come to shove, this person can manage his position. And being a test or when an experiment can go either ways. You understand me? So I'm just saying maybe that's the case. We're all assuming here because we don't have his comment.
All right. So right. Ryan made a point that I'm going to. Ryan made a point that I'm going. All right. Respect. So listen, caller. All right. So Ryan made a point earlier. Tiffany Cameron is one of the top goal. She scored a lot of goals for her team in the league, in our league this season. When she came on, what position? What kind of experiment was needed? I think it was more to give her some time because she was called. Because you clear the player, that's not her position.
Yeah. It kind of rough. It kind of rough. We need to have our best player playing the right position. And Tiffany Cameron, with an experienced player like she in the team, to teach the young the young players them get a little bit of knowledge from her. Remember, she's the only player in our squad I know of that went to 2 World Cup with 2 different countries. So she have that experience. She have that experience playing in all over the world in Belgium, in France, and all of these places. So having Tiffany Cameron playing out a position. When me see she come on at right back, me say, wow, and we looking for a goal. But one of the number of things people don't understand, management, and you can see that with the Jamaica national team. When it come on to coaching, a lot of people don't know how important coach is for these players. No matter how great you are, you still need a guidance, You understand? Every great team.
Exactly, Ryan.
Every great team.
Not just the head coach, but your assistant, your first assistant. Listen, you look at the Premier League, Ryan. When Klopp, every time Klopp doing something, you see the other guy that on the Liverpool with the little tablet thing coming and they're talking.
Everybody, Arteta the same thing. Everybody.
You need that person up there at that level.
It's a team sport. It's not a one-man thing. When Jurgen Klopp, they ask Jurgen Klopp, well done. He say, well done to me and my team. The team and us accomplish all of these things. You understand? Without a good backroom staff. Jurgen Klopp call him assistant, the brain. He said him know everything. You understand? Whenever him have any problem to solve, him is the man who him go to help him solve the problem.
You can use Arteta as a good example because we have a caller around, but Arteta is a good example. Look who Pep, when you see what Arteta is doing at Arsenal, that is the kind of quality that Pep had right beside him. And I would not be surprised if the Liverpool assistant coach went to a team that you'd see some of the club philosophy carried out in his coaching. You need
before the caller come in the new assistant coach. Cause remember last year, a couple years ago, we get this assistant coach. Cause the assistant coach were assisting Jurgen Klopp all him coaching career at Mainz, Dortmund. He leave Liverpool after we win the Champions League. This assistant coach coming in. So Manins, you make a great point. Like when we have this problem at Excelsior right now with Xavier Gilbert. Like he have too many jobs to focus on, right? And I think he's a good coach, but not to be on that level at international. Yeah, he could still be a part of the coaching staff to learn from them, but not to be the role. Just like how Marion Garden, like Marion Garden is at the senior team now where he's the 3rd assistant. I'm okay with that. but you need somebody who that the head coach, because sometimes the head coach is not seeing in certain thing, and the assistant coach, what me know, really prepare the team. Probably this is the reason why we are playing so slow.
Yeah.
Because normally the head coach prepare the team. You understand?
So let's hear from the caller. Caller, welcome.
Yeah, me the caller. Welcome the caller.
Good
Yeah,
man.
well, yes, man, it's man and Ryan. Listen, watching the game and see the coach play the left back, Wilson, 2 time at left wing. Why never switch them around in the second game? Let Wilson play left back and let Blackwood play left wing if he was trying to see how things going. You understand me?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And-
Because you could have tried, if you experiment, you could have also experimented with that thing that you tried one way
Exactly.
in one game. That's something that could have
Also-
been written. Yeah.
Also, in the first game, start 6 defenders, right? 6 defenders. Cause Wilson played left wing. Samson played central midfield. I have the 4 other defenders. In this game, I don't know what you must think. If you went try out players. You understand me? But you can't keep in players. You put a left back to play left wing. She's a natural left back. Remember, Blackwood is a left winger, you know, them transfer
into a left
to be a left back. So why don't you try it the other way? Let Wilson play left back and Blackwood play left wing. Yeah, I mean, if you try something, you try it. You know, this is a tryout game, so try. And then the new girl named Rachel Jones, she looked very good. So now we have Rachel on the left. We could have Jody Brown on the right. We have she cut in and can't kick with her right foot as she do in the first game. We have, we have players. The midfield, I need a, like you said, need a solid person who can possess the ball, like a Ravel. And in the midfield. You know what I mean? So on this team that played, I tell people you have 4 starters that guaranteed to start. You have the big Swaby.
Yeah.
You have Spencer, and Bunny. Now,
you can add Jody Brown to that as one of the starters.
Jody Brown too.
But though she wasn't there, that's 5. Yeah.
That's so. But that's so on the team that played.
Yeah. Okay.
Yesterday, you have 4 short starters, right? Now we have to find the other 7. And I think that the coach, the next window, which is February.
What about Satara Murray?
No, she played. She's a good set. She can play right back too. When she played right back against Costa Rica, she played well.
Yeah.
So we have backup.
Is she a sure starter?
Yes, I think she should start because I don't know. And Samson is good too, you know. So you could have the CM. You could have Samson playing the CDM right in front of Santa Maria and Swaby. You understand me?
Yeah.
So that defense, it looks solid in the middle there in the first game with the 3 right there. But I think that the coach got to pick the final 30 in February and stop the experiment and about a turn like Ryan would say, the farmer coach of the other team.
I think he can wait until after the game against Canada in March. What do you think?
I thought the game was playing in September. Is March playing or September? I think it was playing after the World Cup.
Is after the World Cup?
Yeah.
No. Before the World Cup.
Really?
Before the World Cup.
Yeah, man. Before the World Cup.
It's not March. Come on, man. No,
I heard September.
Where did I get March from? This certainly say a March here, but I can't check it still.
No, Jamaica play March. Jamaica play Mexico in a Nation League. That's all.
No, that's the Reggae Boys.
Yeah, Reggae Boys.
Jamaica
in March, and the girls play September after World Cup.
Is Jamaica versus Canada? Let me see. Let me just check it and see. You could be right, you know. Let me just check it. All right.
It's after World Cup.
Okay, Jamaica versus Canada. Let me just get the date. September of.
Okay.
Somebody sent September right there.
Yes.
All right, but go ahead and make your point, man. I'm just checking it to see.
Yes. Yeah. No. So what I'm saying now, in February window, the squad should finalize whatever 30 or 35 players and no more new players, and then you start to cut it down to 23 or 26, whatever FIFA giving you. and solid, and like you said, we need a solid assistant coach. Solid assistant coach, because Mr. Gilbert not working. Right? We need a solid coach. Sometimes people don't like somebody that's looking over them shoulder that maybe think better than him. Think that man will come to him job eventually. But you have to be confident within yourself. You understand me? But the team is a good team. Like I put this team as I have 4 tiers for football. You have the elite in female football, the top 10 elite. Then you have the next 10 good, and then you have the reasonable teams. Jamaica is a reasonable team right now. Them can get to the good level with good coaching. I don't think they will get to the elite level right now, maybe in the future. Because if you notice, a lot of the girls who play in the Jamaica team is below 25. Therefore, for the next cycle, we're going to be very good if we have the right coaching staff and put together. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to talk like people are gonna lose them job, because that is not my thought. But I really think at this elite level, you need a next elite. You have to have an elite coaching. Let me tell you, like with the national football team right now, one of the reasons why I'm so confident with the Reggae boys, we have
them look good against Cameroon.
No,
and the man on have 3D.
No man, watch this now. We have John Wall, who is an elite coach. We have the head coach, who is an elite coach. We have a goalkeeper coach who is one of the top coaches who works for UEFA to train goalkeeper coaches across Europe as our goalkeeper coach, right? Yeah. We have the guy who deals with the analytics that he brings is also one of the highest qualified in world football. When you have that kind of setup, I think it helps. Yeah, you're muted, Ryan.
Yeah, when you have them type of coach, they give you a different leverage. You understand? Trust me, it really do give you a different leverage, especially to analyze the game and all of them stuff.
Exactly, and to make in-game management.
Yeah, quick decision, not reaction. Quick decision. You understand?
That's a question.
Yeah.
I will ask you guys a question, and this may be troubling to management to answer. If the Reggae Girlz bringing in all the money now, why can't they get elite coaches?
No, I think Lon Donaldson is
no.
I'm not asking for Lon Donaldson to be
elite assistant. No, elite assistant coaches then.
Yeah.
No. I think this is a better way to answer your question though, coach.
Okay, answer the question.
Carla, we have an elite.
Yeah.
We have an elite head coach, but he don't have an elite staff around him. You understand? It's a team effort. Because Lon has played a major role in the United States with some of their players. You understand?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So when I go on their podcast and I hear the American players them talking about it, and the analysts them in America talk about him, them say, yo, we worried about Jamaica because we know the type of coach he is. You understand? But he just need to have that elite people around him. And I think I am going to make a point, but when you finish it, Carl, I want you to go and listen to this. Me and management are going to make it still. But finish up still.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say, I'm going to say it again. If the Reggae Girlz bringing in the money to the JFF right now, because they're the ones that qualify for World Cup, why can't they get some elite assistant coaches like the Reggae boys do?
Maybe, and I'm not saying that they're not going to do that. You understand? But at the same time, what I'd love to know, and this is why sometimes interviewing these people are so critical, like all right, so when this coach came in, it is obvious that he chose his backroom staff at least at one level.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when Himir Hal Grimson came in, the assistant coach and the goalkeeper coach were his selection. Right? So what we'd love to know if these are the persons that Lawrence selected.
That we will never find out.
Mannings.
We don't know. We can't speculate.
No. Lon and the Reggae Girlz Foundation and the Bob Marley and the people them who run it, The females team really want Xavier Gilbert. They are the people who choose him. It's not a one person, it's not Lan. Lan a part of the discussion, Lan are a part of the decision making for Xavier Gilbert to be assistant coach. And the Reggae Girlz, you know, most of these girls in the team, Gilbert has been coaching them from a tender age coming up. So they're really comfortable with these coaching staff. And that's why I hear a lot of shouting on the outside. Bring back Busby. Yeah, Busby is a very good coach. He would have been a great. We don't have to go and get the different people, but we have good coach at that high level when it come on the female side and them record and thing. You know, a lot of the girls are more about Busby in the team. You understand? Around the team.
Ryan said it though, like how Ryan said it. Just like how the coach has his first assistant being John Wall, but they still have Meron Garden. Maybe I can do that because you want your local coaches to learn to, you know. So,
yes, that is
because
true.
you don't want a coach to come from overseas, coaches the team, and then when he leaves, there's nobody local who kind of learn anything. So maybe what you can do is still have Xavier, but you bring in somebody in between who have that international experience. I don't. That's what I think. Still, maybe there are other factors that I am not aware of that is causing this.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go and listen up. But boy, this team here is a good team, and I'm sure them can upset one of them team up in the top and them two big team and get to the next round. So I just want the proper coach and have the girl them ready, and JFF don't pull any stunts. That's all I have to say. Virgin, later.
Yeah, man. All right. Bless up.
Cool.
Yeah. Somebody saying that I don't know where the allegation, but it appears that there's nothing. Remember, we're not saying Buzz because some persons, the general consensus from the chat is that not Buzz. So we are saying that not him. Though the girls may want him, we are saying that there must be other persons out there.
Of course. Yeah. We have too many good good females coach or men coach out there we can be a part of the pool. But big up to all of the people in the comment section. No people, I got Brampton the other day and it cold down the cold. I don't know about Brampton. Go down there. I don't know if I choose me to take the chain and thing, but I tell you, down the cold. Right now I'm cold, manings. My cold and my shoes feel like it wet and thing. But anyway, let us some big man talk now, manning. So before we run leave you. So we have a good conversation about the females team. Jamaica. Where do you rank the Jamaica national female team in CONCACAF?
I think we are definitely behind the USA, definitely behind Canada. We are distant behind the USA and Canada, right?
Okay.
And I think on our best day, we are the third best team.
Okay. Fair enough. I agree with you. I think we kind of slightly talent better than Mexico, but you know Mexico have the finance, they have the money, they have the clout, they have everything. You understand? But what we have over them is much better players, right now. But they will get there. All right. Panama and Costa Rica, they have a good program. But what they have more over the Jamaica national team is more cash. You understand? More finance and thing. But Mannings, I'm going to be honest with you. Based on the talent we have, I think we should not settle for just going to the World Cup. I think this is the reason we need more practice game and we need more camp.
Ryan, we didn't want tough group because we could end up getting Paraguay in that same group, you know.
Yeah, I understand, but Brazil is not the same Brazil like the last World Cup. But you know, Brazil have a good team.
There you go. I was just going to say that this is and France.
France definitely.
Leap and bounds, you know.
Yeah. France have one of the best women league right now in the world. If you realize that Europe spending a lot more money on the female side right now, they start to take it serious.
Remember, England beat USA.
Yeah.
Germany beat USA too, you know. So Europe is
but it's a possibility we can get out of the group. Depend on the first match how we get. But I think Brazil is not the greatest, but they are a very good team. We cannot underestimate them. You understand? They still have good players.
I
But
think if France is our last game, we probably stand a chance because I think by that France would qualify
yeah,
and we could hope that they rest players.
yeah.
If they win the first two games and if say we beat either because we either go and play Papua New Guinea, Panama, or I think Paraguay, they're playing off to come. And if I think we can beat those teams, and the best we can get from Brazil to me, based on what I've seen, is a draw.
Yeah, but where you think we need to bridge that gap? Because a number of things may have in my head we need to bridge that gap when it comes on to play at the international level. I think some of our weakness, and you can answer this after I go. So what we can do to bridge the gap to really be a powerhouse? We are already a powerhouse in CONCACAF. We are already a powerhouse in CONCACAF and in the Caribbean. But to expand on that, I think we need to having more practice game against better opponents to test us to see where we at, the level we at. We can't keep on a play against team that rank below us are just a little bit better than we better look a bit better than the team. I think we need to test ourselves, getting more practice game with like even the same Paraguay is not a bad team, it's a very good team, technical team.
But I think like some of the players in Europe, we could try to play against England. We could do something in Europe.
So at some else, these are the things we need to bridge the gap, Mannings, where we organize.
Right, at the end of the day, too, you don't want to. You have to give your teams games that are winnable to build their confidence. You can't have them go play against USA and get beaten and play against the bigger teams and get beaten because sometimes do you learn from defeat? It can be discouraging if you have like 5 games, 5 defeat kind of a thing. So
no. So we are gonna base it. Forget the we are gonna base it still, Mannings, is look at the FIFA ranking. All right. Do you think we play Nigeria the other day and ball them off the pitch? Think 2 years ago. We ball Nigeria. We play Japan and it wasn't most of these teams is not way better than Jamaica. I think the same thing will come back down to have a good coaching staff to analyze the team, to play a little bit more quicker. You know what I mean? And when it comes on to finance, corporate Jamaica, we see they taking their time coming on board. You know, I must say, man, big up to the fans who went out last night and support the team. I was so proud to see all the stadium. You know, I would say I have a good amount of people, you know, to cheer on the girls and to let them know that, listen, we qualify for 2 World Cup, when it's important just like the men's. So big up to all of the people who went to the game. But Mannings, I think we need to get more organized, more practice game, build more relationship with some of these teams.
I agree with that.
You know, get more practice game, get more camp. We should not go in forward and no international break. We don't have a game for the females.
We should play some European opponents, seeing that we have France in our group.
Yeah. Scotland and these teams is not they're not far better than we. Like these teams we can play. Look at Paraguay playing against us and they playing behind the bar. Because the physicality of us and the strength we are a very good team. But we just need to play practice more and come together more often. I think that's the way we're going to bridge the gap, you know. Come together more, play practice more, play more practice game and all of these stuff. I think the coaching staff, they just should be understand that. Listen, this is sports. Anything can happen. We know you guys have no favorite, but if somebody is better than somebody, you know, you start them over them. We don't want to see this. We know the type of band where the coaching staff and everybody have, but we don't want it become when we see a better player, we're trying to play them out of position to try to save other people's position. We don't need to do that. We don't need to get into that. You know what I mean?
Sometimes still, but the JFF gave away lots of tickets for the game to support the girls as well. So that's especially to like female footballers and teams like that and stuff.
But Mannings, JFF need to be more, look a bit more creativity. What about going to Scotiabank? What about going to NCB and say, listen, we have this amount of ticket we want to sell to you guys. We're giving you guys what do you call it?
Take 100 and give away our
Yeah,
buy
if
100
it's,
and thing, yeah.
yeah, yeah. If it's $1,500 feed, okay, we're going to give you guys at Scotiabank, NCB. This is this. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to achieve, bro. Me know why you how much ticket them give away. More and them
Yeah.
need to be more creativity.
Yeah,
So if
Jason. Well, and I tell Jason, yeah, I only saw the pictures at the game at the National Stadium, but Mobile crowd is nice.
no, I think the stadium crowd bigger.
What?
Yeah,
Nah,
man. You see grandstand.
no, man, the Mobile crowd was bigger, man.
Really?
Yeah, man, me think the Mobile crowd was bigger still. Me
Okay.
wear glasses, but I love somebody else. So, but the Mobile crowd is a nice
Bleachers last night. Bleachers last night were a good amount of people.
man.
No, man, good amount
Yeah,
of people. Man, it's man, I have a couple video. I have to send you the video them, brother. I have a couple video.
All right, Montego Bay did have a nice crowd still. Me not tell no lie. When you see it in reality,
it no matter what, have a nice crowd, but I'm glad to see the support that the fans them come out and support the females them. So that very good. You know what I mean? But going forward, manins, we need to play more home game at our venue, brother, to get the fans them involved in the team. JFF need to be marketing when it come on to giving away free ticket. I mean, I believe in that.
Anyway, Ryan, before you leave, because I know you have to leave, but I have to make you get this, right? You know, the JFF is saying that they're going to be, the new general secretary is going to be more strident.
For Sue, bloggers and who bring in Miss and all of them crazy things. Yeah, I mean, you about it. And
see, Ryan, everybody said that the Mobile crowd was, because you know, I think because you guys see it on TV, but when it actually there, the Mobile crowd was bigger to me.
Okay, all right. Stand correctly if you guys say that. You know, big up to all of the Mobile fans and big up the people them in Kingston. Yeah, but yeah, let's get to this JFF thing. Boy, manins, like, me agree with it because we talking about the JFF need to rebrand. And going forward, you can't have people as a careless thing. You know what I mean? I agree with it, but one thing I don't want the JFF feel like them going to bully people. You understand? And them have to be careful what they're talking about. They're going to sue, mind it backfire upon them, because a whole heap of dirt out upon them. You understand? And the general, the news NSEC is not clean. Do you believe it is? You know what I mean? A lot of dirt is behind some of these people, and people have evidence you probably don't know, but just be careful on your chat. But do what you have to do. I have no problem with it. You understand?
Yeah.
And thing, but the fans them and you know, people them have to just be careful. But don't believe you are gonna bully people and say, oh, this, that, and like you try to quiet the people them. I ain't that still, but if I that for do for protect your reputation and that clear, make sure you go about it the right way and think about everything when you do it. Why when you do this and all of these stuff. All right?
All right, bossy. All right, listen, you need to come on the show, you know, and do your World Cup bracket, you know. Because, you know, we have the program where you can select who coming out of the zone, who play around the 6, who play around the 8, semi-final and final. All the way through.
Yeah, definitely.
Record, you know, see if you get your prediction right, because some man make some prediction that man like unseen make some prediction. I don't know where him get film thing them from.
No, when it come on to international football, I'm not a person who's stuck in my ways when it come on to, you know, when it's sometime in Liverpool, I'm kind of a little bit biased and sensitive when it come on to the Reggae Boys, but definitely when it come on to international football, Germany are my team, but they are not the greatest team, but they are a tournament team. So we are going to see how that goes. Well level-headed when it come on to international football. A lot of people probably be surprised. The knowledge of the game I have when it come on to international football. So let's see. See. But anyway, big up on yourself. Unseen. Big up yourself, brother.
You're afraid of Brampton. What it cool?
No, man. Brampton nice, man. Brampton nice, brother. And you know, I tell you some plan for open up a local academy and things. So I go through some local paperwork and things. I open up a goalkeeper academy and things. So yeah.
What kind of shopkeep? What kind of academy?
Yeah, man.
Wholesale.
Wholesale. What I call it? Wholesale.
Ryan, classic wholesale.
Alright, sir. Big up yourself, man.
It's a pleasure.
But they are the few manings, man. Yeah, press the like button, man. Like up the video. Fresh guy, big up.
Yeah, man. What you say now, Unseen? Go ahead. Yeah. What the second thing is the JFF saying that they are going to be more strident in terms of person who share defamatory stuff about them without any evidence or proof that they are going to the general secretary is going to be empowered to pursue lawsuits against them.
Well, what I would say is that most of the time, we as bloggers, we talk about what is in the Gleaner and what is in the newspaper. So I think if we can say that this article we are getting the information from and stuff, I don't see why they should attack us. They should attack the main media. You understand? Main media. But I think that they have to be careful too. Because they can lose in the courthouse also. We can beat them in the courthouse, and it may damage their character or damage them. You understand me? So when they're trying to dig a hole, not to dig two. You understand me? But I think we as bloggers have to be careful on what we put out. The facts. If we're talking, let us talk based on allegedly and not that it's true. You understand me? And sometimes we just leave the politics alone and talk about how we can better the football in Jamaica. You understand? Sometimes we just leave the politics alone because sometimes you just get irritated talking about JFF and what they're capable of. You understand me? So it's they have to protect themselves.
Yes. I'm gonna start take out some lawsuit, because I like man like Rob Smith right now. Rob Smith said the man they're ready to fire the coach now. Who said anything like that, Rob Smith? Everybody talk about Orlando as he's a big coach and he's one of the best and he just needs some assistant. Rob Smith now jump on and said the man is ready and the fans them talk. Where Rob Smith get him at? You understand what I mean? Me want to put a lawsuit against him, defamatory thing here where the man say about the thing in the car. Nobody now say that in Rob.
That's Rob Smith. Rob Smith not only say
come with some things. Yeah. But honestly, I know that I'm going to name the Ghana squad. Talk a little bit about the Ghana squad. But JPL returns this Thursday with the rescheduled game.
Yeah. Arnett versus Portmore and Mount Pleasant versus what Mount Pleasant playing again?
Tivoli Gardens.
Tivoli Gardens, yeah. You want me to predict the scoreline?
Yeah.
But I know Arnett is going to beat the Portmore team. I think this Portmore team is not prolific at this time. I think they are work in progress to get in there. They lost a lot of players, a lot of youth players also. And they're trying to get it right. But I think Arnett team just look different than normal Arnett team, moving the ball around, possession, breaking the lines, a lot of flares and stuff in this Arnett team. They just look like a team. They look ready to win this championship if they can maintain it right.
Arnett Garden look ready to win the championship. How many games Arnett play already?
Them just look ready for the championship, man.
How many games has Arnett played? No, man. How many games has Arnett played?
That's 2.
And how did the 2 games go?
They win the 2 games.
Who they play?
They played one of the big teams is Cavaliers, and they played Waterhouse, one of the next big team also.
Oh, okay. All right, sir.
Yeah. So they beat
but,
the 2 big teams.
and then your prediction is that Mount Pleasant is going to lose because Mount Pleasant is not good and they don't have any coach. So Tivoli
No. You can't tell me what I'm going to say.
Okay, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Yeah, ask me what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that Mount Pleasant can beat Tivoli. Mount Pleasant have a lot of players that can play, but I don't trust the coaching tactics. That's my opinion. The coaching tactics.
That me tell you say you go say yes, me no say we now go say me no know.
Me never say Mount Pleasant. You say me I go say Mount Pleasant no good enough. I never say Mount Pleasant no good enough. Mount Pleasant have players that can win titles, but
really, Mount Pleasant can win title because I see them no good. You change your mind now. Them can win the title.
Mount Pleasant have players that can win titles, and that's why the addition of Phillips and so forth. They can win titles, but is the putting them together and them players as unit is a problem. And I think the tactics that the coach comes is very vital. You said it, if you don't have a good coach at this level, you must coach to win. and I don't see the coaching staff, coaching.
How many games they play already on the scene?
They play one game.
One game.
One game.
One game that they won, and you say based on that.
The one. All right. So the one game we see Mount Pleasant play based on the resources with them have. Based on the resources of Mount Pleasant have.
Yeah.
Man. Based on the resources of Mount Pleasant have.
They played a game yesterday against the same team.
Who?
Mount Pleasant played a game yesterday against the same team.
Who? Falkland in that practice game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they gave them 5-0.
Falkland already, man. Falkland already. And I'll come back from only when Falkland get going to 10 man to try to win the game. You look away upon them.
All right, boss. Not a problem.
You look away.
All right, give me a Schoolboy. Clarendon in a very they're in the best position in their group, but if they should lose 2 goals to Dintil, they could be in problems if Edwin Allen also beats Central by 2 goals. What are your picks? So Edwin Allen will play Central, Clarendon College will play Dintil. Dintil can get a draw and go through, but a win definitely. I would think unless Edwin Allen wins by 2, a win for Dintil could get them through, and it still could be insufficient. So, what are your thoughts on those games tomorrow? Dintil versus Clarendon College, needing 2 goals to win by 2 clear goals to be automatically through. Clarendon just needs a draw. Edwin Allen needs to beat Central to ensure their spot. They could draw and go through, and they could even lose and still go through. So, give me your thoughts and prediction.
So based on the circumstances these teams fall into, this is Edwin Allen, CC, and the Dintil, Clarendon College. I want to talk about Edwin Allen and the Central game first. I think Edwin Allen knows that they must win, and they must win by these 3 goals. You understand where to stand a chance. You understand? So I think the coaching staff are really, really, really trying to get them prepped up.
They only need to win by 2 goals.
2 goals.
Yeah.
If Dintil win.
If Dintil win, by what? By 1 goal.
So what's Clarendon goal difference?
Clarendon is 3. So if Clarendon loses by 2, they come down to 1. And then if Edwin Allen wins by 2, right, Edwin Allen will have +2.
But I don't see Clarendon losing more than 1-0. I don't see Clarendon losing more than 1-0.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I mean. You Clarendon losing.
So you're thinking that Clarendon College could lose to Dintil? You think Dintil can be?
All right. One of the thing if you watch Dintil is that Dintil is very unpredictable. They play good today and tomorrow they play bad. So when they lost the game against
William
Lee. Yeah, not William Lee. Cornwall College. They lost the game to Cornwall College. They played Paul Buckle, down by Paul Buckle, and beat them 2-0. And then they come up by Jackson and defeated William Lee with the best defensive team. Yeah. So they are very, very unpredictable. You understand me? Very unpredictable. So they're not playing the type of football that they can say yes, they're outshining or they're doing better than teams. But sometimes they grind on the result. They saw them grind on the result against a Central team where CC could hardly beat. They could have beat them by 1 love. You understand me? So they are very unpredictable. What I'm saying is that if rain falls, I think they can beat the CC team. But if it's a dry time, condition is ready and right for CC, I think CC will win that game. But Dintil is very unpredictable people. You don't know what they'll come up with on that day. I think that is the biggest problem with them. They're not consistent. Today they play good, tomorrow they don't play good.
All right. So the Clarendon College people is going to flog Dintil. But I think like Dintil team, listen, Dintil team is a quality team. Because they're not even missing a lot of players, I know they're missing Cole. What's his name? Gary Mills, and probably 2 other players from the team last year.
Thomas.
3.
And Thomas are quality.
Yeah, around 4 players.
Yeah, Thomas
So
was quality.
they and the players that they have brought in are players who were getting game time last season.
Well, uh, the Glenn goal scorer, I think. No, he didn't. He didn't play last season. Affleck. I don't
Affleck?
remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing Affleck playing last season in the League Cup
Okay.
team. I know he played under 16. And he was playing well in under 16 competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the problem with Dintil is the system at the school. You know,
Well,
focusing a little bit more focus.
so far this season, in the round of 16, in the round, the first round, when they were under the gun, they won. When they got to the next round, people thought like they were going to probably get drop out. They won again. So every time they have been in a situation where they need to get out, they got out. And so here it is, they're in a situation where they have to go for the win. They have no choice but to beat Clarendon College. Because the only two undefeated team in all of schoolboy football now are Mannings and Clarendon College.
Right.
And
in the Costa Cup.
And JC has not lost yet.
Yeah, JC has not lost it.
Yeah, so those are the three teams that have not lost a game in all of schoolboy football this season. Right? So in the Dakar, yeah.
Someone is what you think is into the problem though, in terms of, when they reach an integrity, they always fall short.
Oh, Dintil?
Yeah, what you think is their problem?
Yeah, the thing, like, I always think like the pathway for Dintil always end up having them against some Clarendon team.
In order to win the cup from that group, you have to beat the Clarendon team. That's what we said.
So I don't know, but to me, I think like this year, to be fair to Dintil, they have been way more reserved because last season, like there was no person associated with Dintil that wasn't branding them as a team to win. I don't think they have been as vocal this season. They have just been doing their job, especially in the second round, quarterfinals. They have been just doing their job. Now, I think like Clarendon College will win everything. But
win everything? What do you mean win everything?
Meaning they will win the Costa Cup. Okay. If you ask me who is the best team to win the Costa Cup, I would tell you Clarendon College.
Yeah,
however, like you said, on a good day, I think Dintil can beat any team in the Costa Cup. If they get everything going, I think they can beat any one of the Costa Cup team on a good day. When they have like one of those exceptional days. Like for me, I think for Mannings to beat Clarendon College, it has to be Clarendon College have a half day and Mannings have one of those exceptional days when everything clicks.
No, one thing of the click for Mannings and they beat Clarendon College. One thing. You see that player in Rodney, if he can score him chances, he can beat any team. He get too much opportunity and miss.
Yeah, that is true that he misses.
He misses terrible miss, man.
He always gets a lot of one-on-one with keeper.
And I think is part of the game. If he can score goals and score him chances, then Mannings can beat anybody or beat any team.
Yeah, but so I really think though that if Dintil have a off the chart game tomorrow, they could get the upper hand on Clarendon. Though I believe, like I said, that Clarendon are the team in the Costa Cup, in my opinion.
I hear the game might move from states, though. I don't know what it is.
I wonder why.
Because they're saying rain, like the United States rain always falling.
But the sets
like waterlogged.
No, Rodney is not the number 10. Rodney is the number 12. The number 10 is the captain, Shamar Hamilton.
Yeah, man.
No,
Right.
man, no, man. Let me tell you this. From the season started, I've said this. Clarendon College have the best team in the Costa Cup from the beginning of the season. And I will tell you again, if Mannings get everything right, they can beat Clarendon College. And on the day, I am telling you that. But Clarendon College are the most complete team in the Costa Cup.
Their football is high level.
And yeah, we have to understand that this Clarendon team, basically, for the most part, they play tier 2 with Chopperton Maroons. Right? So that's what I'm saying. And not Ludwig, when you talk about give up on man, is no, man. Never give up. But we have to be true. The man to man, the best team. That's where Unseen and I are different, you know. Be real, be real. That's where Unseen and I are different. I will tell you that there, and I kept on saying this. There are two. If Issa ever say to Manning, listen, all right, the paperwork for the players, it's okay. They should have been playing. You can play them now. If those two players who are still in school, doing well in their schoolwork, right? If Issa look at their paperwork and put one, or if both of them play, Manning's winning the Champions Cup. If one of them play, Manning's winning the Costa Cup. One. But without either of them, it becomes a little bit more difficult, and they have to play outside of the skin if they meet Clarendon in the final. Anybody else apart from Clarendon they meet in the final, they are going to beat them, because I think only Clarendon can stop them in the final. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Manning's one.
But
I want to ask it. I don't know if you go answer.
Overall to me, sorry, Unseen. Overall to me, Jamaica College have the most depth of all teams in schoolboy football. And therefore, just based on the sheer quality of their individual players, if JC don't win Manning Cup this season, I propose to you that the coaching staff will not be there.
It's possible. More than possible.
But you're going to say something.
Yeah, man, I was going to ask a question. I don't know if you're going to answer. If you're not going to answer, it's okay. But this is a question that a lot of persons ask. They were comparing the Dintil player previously on a show before. They comparing the Dintil players to the CC players. So they said that technically and tactically, these Dintil players are at the same level as the CC players, and I beg to differ. What says you about that?
Listen, I think Martin at Dintil and Malachi Douglas are close. I don't think there's a player on Dintil side that I would compare to Marquise Reed. I think also the Clarendon, I think Hodges, and what's the big defender at Dintil? Sturridge. I think Hodges is ahead of him.
By far.
So it is not, I'm not sure that it is similar, but I suppose there are other areas of the field, and when they put the players man to man, you probably get better quality out of Clarendon, in my opinion. That's what I think. I think it is not like far like Clarendon. Like I think, for example, when it comes about, because Manning's I'll call some names, right? And this is what I'm saying, that Manning's team, Abina Wallace has been there for a while. The number 7, very good player. Rashawn Graham, quality, they call him Neymar, quality player. He scored a hat-trick in the game against Frome. Shamar Hamilton, Rodney, Jamalik Porter, Jantoine McIntosh, Javin Williams. These are 7 players, you know. These 7 players played last year, and the goalkeeper also started last year. That's 8 players. All right? 8 players who played last year. They have a next player at the school, not going to call his name, who has not played yet. So that means they would have like 9 players who played last season. 8 of them are starters. But you see the three players that they are missing affects how their team plays. And that is why I'm saying that if the other player comes in, it tightens up everything. But they are very, in terms of their technical ability, they are very good. Because one of the things that they struggled with last season is their physicality, because a lot of them were 15 and 16 years old. They were one of the younger teams last season in the league, because some of these players can go back to school and play next season. I remember they went the year before with Tavar, they went far there. The last season they went to the final. Now this season they're basically in the semi-final, and they could have like 7 of those players again next season who start. So you can tell that they are still young. You understand me? But I don't know. Football has really improved in terms of the ability of the players to control and pass the ball. I think the physicality and the size of the players and some of the pace and power that the former players played with is not in the game now. But some of these players are really, really good.
Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, man. Last year, if I checked, last year, the Dintil team, none of the players were top players in the league. Dintil were the best team last season to win the competition. Yeah, look like I think Cole was one of the best centre back last year in Schoolboy football. Cole from Dintil. Yeah. Johnny Thomas, who's at Arne now, who starts the other day and assists Reed. Top player last year in the Schoolboy football. So we're giving them the credit where credit is deserved. You understand my money's on?
Yeah. No team. Yeah. Listen. What I would say is that people, I would say to you that KC is a very good team, but you see, do not underestimate stats, KC. Don't just so like, okay, KC is in the final. Don't do that. Give teams the ratings or the respect they should get. Stats is a quality team, people. Stats is a quality team, right? You watch the Stats versus JC games JC game unseen.
Man is one.
Yeah.
Stats. To me, stats are the team to beat. Stats are the team to beat. You see, stats can put on them shooting boot and score a goal. KC doesn't stand a chance. You see, Satchel go and play now, right? I think the coach should find a way to start Omar Leng, I don't know why he's on the bench. You understand me? And you see if Stats can put on them shooting boats in that game, don't see KC beating Stats here. Because if you watch previous years, the last 3 or 4 years in competition play, Stats beat KC to go to the final. Remember? To play JC. Remember Manny's one?
Yep.
Right. Last season, Stats scored 2 goals on him. Everybody started fretting up, pull up, The biggest problem with Stats last year was what? Your goalkeeper. The goalkeeper last season. And I think them fixed the problem with this season. You see, any Omar Reed. Remember, Omar Reed was one of the goal scorers last season for Stats.
Omar Reed has listen, what is so funny is that Omar Reed did not play well against JC, and Stats played so well.
No. You understand me? So if that boy ever click, such a click, Omar Leng click, right? Problem. And you see the pattern on playing, it's so unique.
Yeah, Satchel didn't play in the game against JC.
Satchel didn't play JC.
He didn't play.
And they created so much chance.
Because
their pattern is so unique, man. If you watch how they play with the system, how they attack, when they go down, they use width a lot, and the squares of the ball is so good at squaring the ball. If you look at it, most of their balls is pinpoint accurate to somebody in the box. Always have 2 or 3 persons in the box waiting to receive the ball. Somebody on top, somebody inside the 6 yard or above the penalty right there, waiting for the ball to kick on the goal. check it. And the problem is they're missing the opportunity that they get when they get the ball to kick it and target.
But one thing I'll tell you though, if teams are going to have a very warm time trying to contain Whisper, and as long as Whisper is on KC team, KC has an opportunity. They have an opportunity. You understand me? So
Management. I think why Whisper scored that hat-trick against Mona is that Mona didn't stick to their system. The man mark, and from last season that boy that was defending, we played centre back last season and he gave away a lot of fouls and he got all red carded last season. A lot. That same player that Mark Whisper in Mona game. That same player in very rush, in give a lot of tackle, but make bad decisions defensively.
But what's his name didn't play? Is Peralta
and Garden didn't play.
Yeah.
But I am saying that why Craig Butler tweak the system and put a man mark and don't
but let me say this, because the guy who came on, right, this big guy, remember when the under 20 called, his name is Vikey. They were saying that guy should have been in the under 20 team. Mm. That guy can't.
It's hard. He's
not even starting for Mona.
Yeah, but management, some of a bad knee injury.
He has a knee injury. Okay.
From season start, he called me and asked me if I could give him some remedies to help him knee. But I think the Mona, the team, though, I think they don't understand that he needed time for the knee to get rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they played him in some games in the first round that he shouldn't have played. He shouldn't even play no game in the first round. He should have played in the quarterfinal round. Or that round he should have played. He shouldn't play in no first round match. And I think that is one of the things that match up him, make him more, he can't play more than 10 or 15 minutes. He can't run,
That's the time I look like he has put on more weight.
No, man, him always have weight, man. He
put on more weight, man.
No, man, him always have weight. He remember saying they bigger than that, and he come down to that, He not put on a weight. He bigger than that.
Jay Smith, of course, 1738 going for the win tomorrow. We're going for the win. We have to ensure, though, that players who are on cards, because you have to be wise at this time, because sometimes you have players who are on card. You have to make sure that if they're going to get a suspension, if they get carded, you don't play them, because you don't want them to pick up a card in the game. That is why some of the players were substituted at the back end of the From game, because they didn't want them to pick up a card and miss this game. So you're going into this game now, you have to tell them, listen, manage the game well, because Mannings don't have to win to top the group. They just need a draw. So you just play discipline, you try to catch your opponent. I don't know that Manchester wants to come and try win the game, because they're coming with that kind of mindset as well. They may get players carded and miss out. So I would say to Mannings, just manage the game well. Don't concede, because if you draw the game, you finish the top of the group. You just do that. But make sure that your players don't pick up cards and miss the next game. Unless you go, because before the semifinals, there's going to be the Champions Cup, don't it? I don't know if you get, I don't even know how the rule works.
I don't know. I think it got crossed, man. It got crossed. I remember Craig Butler get dropped out of the competition because of that thing.
Craig Butler dropped out of his competition.
Playing a player that got a red card last season in the match. Something like that happened, right?
Okay, so
yeah.
So you can look at that and say, listen, work out that and see what you can do. But what you don't want is that the competition that you want to win, your players miss that. So you have to check all your card stuff, who should play, who cannot play, who can manage themselves on the field to not pick up cards and all of those things. Because at this stage, it is important. People who have little niggles, you don't want to play them in a game where them get more serious injury. Manchester have a centre forward, and see, I don't even know him in bad, the Manchester striker, you know. Yeah, man, he's very good. So I think, yeah, man, very good. So I think he's going to probably, but like I said, I believe at 16, Javin Williams, the centre back at Mannings, is one of the best centre backs in schoolboy football. A lot of people don't see him and rate him. I've been saying this from last year, though he got red carded in the final against Dintil out of frustration. But yeah.
So, but one is man, name the top centre backs in the league. The both Manning and that stuff. What you know?
From what I've seen?
Yeah, from the scene.
All right.
Name them. Put them in a group.
In a group?
Yeah, like
let me see. I mean,
group.
Yeah, the number 4 King Jav, yeah. The number 4 man is Javin Williams. He's one. I think Donahue Mitchell is a good centre back. Blake, the 2 centre back at JC, the captain and Blake, they are good. They are good centre backs. I like the Glenmuir captain. He's a good yeah.
The young centre back. He played in a 16 this year.
The Glenmuir captain, very good centre back. Hodges at Clarendon College is also good as well.
Martin too.
Martin from where? At Clarendon too. The other centre back at Clarendon.
Martin.
But no. Martin play more midfield, man.
No, he play a centre back. A centre back can play from.
Well, William Nibba was centre back that he's a very aggressive, but he's very good. Like him as well. That's from what I've seen.
Martin play 2 roles, man. The important games like CC game, you gonna play centre back. Now go play midfield, you gonna play centre back.
Okay, all right. Well, you want to squeeze him in there. I would have him in the central midfield of one.
I make him stay central midfield. I think there is because him short. That is where I'm going to play in the future.
There you go. So I have him as one of the Let me see. The you know I like also the is it what team in play for? Jeez, is it?
What about KC captain?
What
about KC captain?
KC captain.
Want to give a penalty?
You know that I think KC wingback play to me so good, you know. I don't like the centre back play. I think the middle of the defense is not the strongest to me. I like the Charlie Smith centre back. The tall youth that play for Charlie Smith, he's good. They have a Guyanese youth to play for St. Diego. Can play as well. Yeah, so those are some of the players. You know, there may be others that I have not seen that are quality as well.
Yeah, that's the one you see.
But from those I've seen over a couple of games, those are some of the names that stand out to me.
Bagwak High School have a talented centre back.
Bagwak was in Dakar Manning Cup?
This is what I say, man. I say Bagwak, Dakar Cup. I say Bagwak centre back is the best centre back in Group K. In better than all the centre back playing for the team. Better than centre back playing for Charlie Margaret. All the time. Yeah, man. But he's the best player on the Bagwak team, so the Bagwak are the other pretty good players. They drop out.
Yeah, man. The guy from Manchester used both feet. Yarick Carnegie, terrible baller. He is the best baller on Manchester. Like his quality, I don't think it has Whisper level. But when you talk about centre forwards in the league, after Whisper is him. And then you can put Jamalik Porter, but I think the chances that
they play different.
Like, what I'm saying, if he were in Manning's team playing forward, Manning's win easy. Because Jamalik Porter is good, but Jamalik Porter will miss some goal. Because it's not easy to score so many goals. I bet Mona use zone coverage if they meet Casey again. The defender will have to drop back when Casey counter a back 3 or 2 won't work. Yeah. I think Mona will have to change how they play. Even when they play JC.
I know. If Mona change how they play, they're going to lose.
They can't play the same way and beat JC though.
JC have to change how they play with me, man.
All right, we are going to see.
Because the captain is a pressing sugar, man. He fumble the ball a lot.
The one thing what I don't like with JC is that they have a way. I don't know if their coach Romain Blake, it's one of the problems I have with a lot of you. Romain Blake is a player that I really like. Here's the problem I have with Romain Blake. I don't think he can be coached or he's being coached, in my opinion. I see Romain Blake play center back and pass a ball and he go right up in the attack. And I'm thinking like, you are the leader of the defense. Your team scored the most goal in the league. Why are you consistently finding yourself inside of the 18-yard box to follow through and play? So I think that is what they need to do. Every time he attacks, they win that ball and they counter-attack them very quickly. If I were Mona, I would tempt him to come forward that way and then play some long counter on them. You understand me? I am telling you that. So that is something that Mona should look at. Every game, Romain Blake has this thing of coming forward and leaving one defender down there. Yep. Yeah, man. Listen, if Jamalik Porter was scoring all his goals, because here's the thing with Rodney. Rodney beat man, you know, and put the ball all nice 6-yard box. Jamalik Porter for just stop in and he miss it, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling that if he scores all of his opportunities, man is going into the final. No, man. No, he didn't play striker against KC. He came up in the game when they were down. They normally do that though. They normally push him up at times when they are down to try and get a goal. Because most of the time, Mona play two at the back. Most of the time. The two wing back or wide players come inside. Go ahead and see.
But man, you know the problem though, because Mona make the team score goal for him. So make a tactical something what I'm supposed to do in the game. Remember, you know, you're outnumbered attacking wise, right? So from the player get the ball, you're supposed to have in your mind you're break in the play, but by following the player. No, that's fourth goal that KC scored. You know how much time the person who go across the tackling team across play the ball by me. If I watch it, all of them have to go across, you know, with the intention to stop him from pass the ball. And there would be no goal. Yeah. So some look tactical something. You understand me? Even at the game when they play against Camper down get the goal, just the cracking goal here. All you have to do is head the ball out to your corner, you might try to control the ball, turn from the defender. You understand me? Come on.
Yeah, all right, Unseen, we are 2 minutes away from closing out is because you know it's a 2-hour show. Coming back late this evening at around 9 to do some World Cup brackets with some of the persons who Balakari need to come on and give us a World Cup bracket later this evening, you know. We need to let the people see what your picks are so we can give some more of the fans some of their brackets for them to choose. We're going to have a very special guest giving his bracket tonight as well. When a coach out here in Jamaica will be coming on to tell us who is going to come through from his bracket. So Unseen, big up yourself. Remember to check out Unseen Sports TV. Did a video this morning. Yes, Fresh God, we said that the JPL games are being played on Thursday at Stadium East.
Coming on TV?
I am not sure it's going to be on TV. And Portmore versus Arnett and Mount Pleasant versus Tivoli Gardens. And then there are going to be games on the weekend as well. All right. But want to thank everyone for tuning in. Remember to check out Unseen Sports TV. Yeah, did a video this morning covering the Reggae Girlz games and the JPL and Schoolboy football. So go and check it out. Show some love.
Ben Francis.
Remember Ryan LSC was also on as well. Big up KS Sports TV. Every person in the comment section, all the mods, you know, respect and thanks for joining. Before you leave, people, let's see if we can get it up to 70 likes So just hit the like button if you have not done so yet. Make sure when you're coming back later, you come with a super sticker, because we still have 4 more super stickers to complete what should have happened last week, Friday. World Cup coming up as well on the weekend, on the 20th. You know, I am sure Sports will be here doing live watch-alongs, and you know, we'll also be having some very, very big TV personalities on our program. I am Manning's man. Over there is Unseen Sports, sporting his, you know, bad shirt, you understand me, bad tie, and all of them things there. So big up, bless up, have yourself a wonderful rest of the day until we meet again. You know, stay good, live good, and be good. And when you get to this point, I am seeing Sport, you know, we say we are over. And we are OUT out of here.
Yo, watch about dog. SK New heard this. The body out there. Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah. Someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.